Stop to mourn, laddies. There was this one time where welcome back to the What If Deku Was the Mortal? Part 2. Sorry if I'm talking weird. I've been watching one of the other YouTubers that he talks like this, but he sometimes seems wonders. So where we left off, Zuko or actually demonstrated his power, because so then sorry, so Zuko was basically demonstrated his power, and Sashi couldn't believe that it's his quirk. As he's happy as Zuko tells him, or actually, is this your part of your powers? No, but it's actually my quirk that can't be cancelled out, Mr. Izawa. I thought you were quirkless with the fire manipulation. Well, the quirk doctor lied to you. Or to us. But I could see through that lie, that I knew that I had a quirk. As the Asashi couldn't believe it. As he starts to tear up, as he's crying in front of Zuko, as he asked him to join UA. As he does join UA. Okay? So he catches, but he already has a human, but they agree that to have Zuko bump up to UA. As Zuko is now at UA. As Bakugo he knew that, or when Class 1A told or talked to themselves, or so they ended up, Bakugo heard Zuko, or a new student, is joining UA. As Bakugo isn't upset, but if it was the Zuko that he knew when they were just kids, he would have probably be basically do all of that. So yeah. So they made him do the written part and do all that things again. And he caught up to UA. Or, no, to Class 1A. As Sheen heard that there was a new student that's coming. And so when he demonstrated his powers and all that stuff, he's Class 1A with his sister, no doubt. And yeah, he goes into UA. And yeah, Class 1A. As Eraserhead says, this is Zuko. Some of you might know him maybe your childhood friend. As, yeah, Zuko ends up looking like, and Mina's like, I hope the person is nice. No. As Zumi knew who it was. Because when his parent or her parents told her that her brother's joining UA, she's all trigger happy. As when he walked through the door, he reveals himself as Zuko Midoriya. As Bakugo wasn't mad, he was the opposite of mad. Happy that his own childhood friend and made it to UA. And he caught up on all of his work before. And yeah, so then at the dodgeball, I'm skipping it because it's too boring. As Zuko or Inko or actually Zumi tells him that, or actually kind of him and give him a hug. As Razorhead says, no. Oh. But then when he says, or when Zuko tells him, or that, or that student that wants to come up and hugs me is actually my sister. As they could not believe that they have as Zumi or as the classmate, but she and him, or so she came up and hugs him. Good to see you, brother. Can't believe we're in the same class. Yep. And then the whole shenanigans with Overhaul. As Sir Night Eyes texted or called Zuko because he knows that Zuko doesn't responds to text. So he basically yeah. So they all like go down and yeah, they do that little like meeting thing. Lockdown does his like, why do we hire bunch of bleh, as the Zuko moves fast, blink of an eye, he holds Lockdown as he says, I could outlive the um the as Sash she knows that no one wants to make Zuko mad. Yeah. So Izumi walks over and puts his arm down, hugs him. You're okay, brother. I didn't like that compliment of or that rude part. Okay? As he finds it offensive. Then the whole like thing and then overhauls heard that Zuko this so-called Zuko is basically pretty powerful for a kid. But when they heard that Zuko has a infinity and zero power, Overhaul was interested in Zuko. As yeah, as he after like the whole like shenanigans, Overhaul does his little thing, his monster form, and then yeah, as he tells his as he gets everything and yeah, basically, and during so after the overhaul incident thing, the Class A versus Class B one is about to come up soon, but one day before, way before, of course, she decides to ask him herself because how embarrassing she doesn't want to like talk to him directly, but if she wants him, man, he would, or so. So she walks with him, and she told him that since after she's seen his skeleton and the blue aura, that makes you more her spooky than anyone. And as she had, like, after she said spooky name, she walks up, whispers into his ear of those three words. It's I love you. That's what she says, or she whispers into his ear. As he starts to blush, then he dies. Just joking about that. But he loves her too. As they start to dating, and only a couple people noticed that they were dating. Like, definitely Mina knew that they were dating. And Zumi, me, Umi, as, yeah. They do their thing, and yeah. So, they, so then at USJ, or no, not USJ, at the sports festival, or no, the Class A versus Class B, I don't remember if they battled. I guess right. So they had their like normal battles. But for Zuko and battle goes differently. It was kind of weird, yes, but at the same time, they as Zuko was like, as he takes a breather, because he's they never seen him get like angry. So when as let's say this annoying guy right here triggered Zuko's infinity power as buildings buildings around Zuko's entire body starts to oh, shapeshift, changed into as Zuko had explosive anger as they sure show it. As Zuko was the same thing as what Bakugo is. Or no, Todoroki is. As Zuko activated his full powers, as as everyone, like, even everyone tried to, as yeah, Zuko ends up being when everyone from the entire world saw his power manifest as Bakugo. Oh, as yeah, let's say Zumi was on the same team as Zuko. As she runs up to him and like calms him down, like calm down, please. This guy's flipping annoying me. As he starts, as the or as the some of the nearby buildings turns into blades, as they were like, oh heck, as they all start running the other way, but Zumi was still hanging on to Zuko's and telling him that as in order to keep himself contained, so he covers, or no, she covers his eyes as he takes a deep breath. As he, or actually, she decides in order to keep him from losing control, she snapped his neck. As everyone thought thought she killed him. But then when he came back, as he rolls back over to his sign, thanks a lot, little sister. As his neck wasn't like broke or didn't snap, he had a little crink in his neck, and plus annoying. He got so annoyed by two things. One is by a person that's has a copy quirk, and two by his neck. So yeah, as they were like, ooh, as class B students looked at the Zuko, or they looked at her and says, man, no wonder why you like him so much. As she has hearts, like her eyes turned into hearts, heart eyes, or whatever that's called, where anime characters do that from time to time. So yeah. So then after as the recovery girl checks the is there any more kinks? As yeah, there's only one. As he's yeah, he pops his own shoulder because he says it annoys me more than anything. And plus, not helping with the. As, yeah. Because Zuko ends up became a, a pro hero. He also became the husband to her. And yeah, he had his own neck get popped on by his sister because his sister knows that when he gets annoyed, there's always like two things. So she knows where they are all at. So in or so yeah, so she basically they all usually think that he's dead, but he's like, oh, that feels but sure. Yeah. Popping his shoulders and yeah. As I'll go first. Yeah. I just want to talk to the court doctor. Yeah. Because actually, one day, or middle of the night, Zuko decides to, like, crush All for One's, like, quirk, actually, once and for all. Because his zero. Yeah. So then, yeah. So, oh, the court doctor tells Zuko, it was you that destroyed Overhaul's last chance of being revived, hasn't it? Yeah, but I'm also the one that will bring you in. Because you are the one that made those nomads, right? Yes, and you did have a quirk. I'm, and you saw right through my lies like an instant. I could tell. So the quirk that is actually your quirk is basically flame shock. It allows you to send the vibrations of flames to anywhere. But let's see if you could do as a. Of course, the Nomus or high end Nomus or World Destroyers Nomus came out. Zuko took care of them in about 5 seconds. Yeah. As Zuko grabs the Cork Doctor by the shirt, lifts him out of his chair, and he says, come quietly. We don't want you to end up alerting every single villain. Huh. As, yeah, Zuko puts Quark Doctor behind bars, and yeah. So then, so, yeah. And let's say that day was the day that she was about to give birth. As she does, she actually calls Zuko, or actually before, she actually called him that told him that she was pregnant and he doesn't want to miss the opportunity. So then he ends up, then it was the day that, as he says, as Jiro could, or actually not Jiro, Endeavor could sense the, as Endeavor asks Zuko that, what's wrong? Well, I got, that wasn't my wife that called. And he basically, or no, she basically told me that today's the day. And when and Endeavor heard the day is today, because usually it was like the same thing as the Zuko, or no, same thing as the, as, yeah, Izumi, or no, not Izumi, Asashi knew what he means by today's the day. As, yeah, she went to the doctors and she gave birth to 6 kids. And 6 of them. The, yeah, each one contains his powers, his immortal abilities, and so they, all that other stuff. So yeah. So then she was a stay-at-home pro hero, basically. She's official one, but she could go back and forth. Zuko could, when he's, or they all know that the crime rate went down a lot when Zuko first appeared. Heard of that All Might versus All for One arc? As they all could not stop talking about him. So the crime rate went down to 0. Like, there was no crimes active at the time. So, yeah. So then, everyone respects Zuko. And everyone, when Jiro couldn't believe that her got, like, she gave birth to 6 kids. She gave birth to one that had hers, and that human Pikachu's is his kid. Yeah. As, yeah. Basically, it was a little bit dysfunctional, but it works for them. So then, so she basically, or she gave birth to 6 most powerfulest people in the world. because, yeah, that they could cause the time rift, basically, if they wanted to. But Zuko has the same powers ours, like he has the affinity and zero, and plus teaching them how to use their powers properly and became a pro hero. So yeah, so they do become a pro heroes, and yeah, Zumi was like, and for Zumi, she got married to, you know, please don't quote me on this, but I'm putting her in this timeline only. I This is what I thought about in my own head of her with the, I was gonna say muscular, but grapefruit. I was gonna put one of them. So just for Zumi, because yeah, all the muscular, at, or I forgot to mention at the camp park, muscular was, instead of like kill everybody, or it does want to battle everyone, but when he saw her, uh, he was like, he was ready to. So yeah, that's that's what I chose owns for her to do. So she ends up, or actually, instead of choosing one or the other, she got married to both of them, grapefruit and muscular. Yeah, because she has fire manipulation, she could just uh, do whatever. Sorry. And she was married to both of them. And yeah, she had was 4 kids. And yeah. So Manetter and the muscular her, after she gave birth to 4, they wanted to have more and more kids with her. Yeah. So then, yeah, basically, yeah. So I already went through the danger part, like the original story. So, yeah. And it went from like, oh no, you can't, or you can't go to UA because it's only for quirked people. You don't have a quirk. So you can't, or go from that to being the, going to UA. Yeah. Like violent stuff. Yeah. So basically, That's what it is. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think? Yeah. So, yeah. So then, yeah. Inko, or everybody's like, man, that's pretty powerful. Yeah. Then, got married to redhead kid that has a hardening quirk. Or actually, not even. She got married to Rock Guy and the Steel Guy at the same time. And man, she had a like the acid rock, or no, harder acid. Like her quirk is like, yeah. So then, yeah, that's what happened. So please leave a, just like I said, please leave a like, share, subscribe. There's this one guy that, yeah, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and do all the fun things in the world. So, yeah. So, oh, bye everyone.